I want you to do not forget about Tommy Robinson. Again, he's very strong, but also not to forget about his case. He is a political prisoner.
Remember when getting arrested meant you did something wrong? Well, not anymore. According to Polish MEP Dominic Tarczynski, Tommy Robinson isn't in prison because he broke laws. He's there because he's fighting some grand battle for culture, faith and freedom. The prison guards must have missed that memo when they were locking him up. If you're scratching your head wondering how Tommy Robinson became an international cause célèbre, you're not alone. I've spent the last 48 hours trying to figure out how a guy known for harassing minorities has somehow convinced a European politician that he's the UK's leading political martyr. And just wait till you hear how this connects to the Conservative Party potentially making deals with Nigel Farage's Reform UK. The Polish member of the European Parliament, Dominic Tarczynski, who seems to be uninterested in anything else, has now urged global solidarity in support of our boy Tommy.
So I just visited Tommy Robinson in prison, and I can tell you that was amazing. That was something special to see him and the way he fights for himself, for his family, for Europe.
When you're arrested numerous times and then rescued by Eastern Europeans, it really makes you feel like you're fighting for Western civilization. Oh, how charming that grumpy Tommy has suddenly made acquaintances abroad. Now what? A Polish politician has entered a British prison. No, that's not the start of some terrible joke. It's Tommy Robinson's new reality show. Come meet Dominic Tarczynski, a Polish MEP, who supposedly thought, you know what would make a wonderful Tuesday?
That he's a very strong man. He's a patriot. He's a fighter. And he's gonna fight for all of us, for our culture, for our faith, for our freedom, for our safety. He's a great man.
Upon waking up one morning, visiting an incarcerated British troublemaker and referring to him as Nelson Mandela 2.0. Political scientists have described Tarczynski as a guy with way too much time on his hands. This describes him well. He is not your ordinary MEP. I just visited Tommy Robinson in prison, and I can tell you that he's a very strong man, a patriot, a fighter, and a political prisoner. Tarczynski said with all the dramatic flair of a daytime soap opera during his prison visit publicity stunt. I mean humanitarian mission. My goodness, what powerful words. It's you, not me, who is crying.
And he is a political prisoner. I'm happy that I had a chance to talk to him. For telling the truth, he's in prison. Let's not forget about Tommy Robinson. He's going to be out soon.
To be more accurate, I'm chuckling at the idea that someone could call a man who routinely disobeyed court orders a political prisoner rather than crying. How about we play a fast round of Spot the Difference? Nelson Mandela spent 27 years behind bars for speaking out against apartheid and other forms of institutionalised racism. Tommy Robinson's repeated interference with trials resulted to his imprisonment for contempt of court. Are you saying those are in fact the same thing? No? The reasons for this are totally different circumstances. The comparison between Tommy's treatment as a political prisoner and a person who routinely parks in a handicapped area is striking. That wasn't all the Polish MEP accomplished.
I know that he's going to fight. I do believe so. And I want you to support him. He's a patriot, but he needs support. So all you can do now is to support him online.
His words were framed as Robinson standing up for our culture, our faith, our freedom, and our safety. Let me guess. Which culture is that? Does filming outside of courthouses often occur despite clear instructions not to? Is it a historical practice from Europe that I failed to mention by interfering with perhaps fair trials whose safety is Tommy guaranteeing? Tarczynski is preoccupied with his international rescue dream and neglects to address these pressing issues. The phrase global solidarity, as used by Tarczynski, can be paraphrased as angry people on Twitter typing in all caps. It's like clenching your fists in the air during a downpour, but in digital form. Please help us trend some hashtags so we can all feel like we're part of something bigger than our keyboards. That was his genuine intention when he called for online support for Robinson. Seriously, this is game-changing. Tommy, an anti-immigration campaigner, is rescued by a foreign politician. It's the most delicious irony. As if someone who expresses disapproval of foreigners occupying British jobs were to suddenly come around and welcome foreigners serving as prison advocates in Britain. A layer of cognitive dissonance the thickness of toast has been spread.
I want you to do not forget about Tommy Robinson. Again, he's very strong, but also not to forget about his case. He is a political prisoner.
There was no random act of political charity behind this visit to the prison. It fits into a larger trend whereby prominent figures on the far right break actual laws, suffer the consequences, and then portray themselves as martyrs who were punished because of their beliefs. Here's a basic lesson in playing the victim. If you're ever caught breaking the law, pretend that your beliefs are being punished instead of your actions. Claiming persecution as an excuse has been around for a long time, or at least that's how certain individuals have always done it. As far as Tarczynski is concerned, Tommy's transformation from a man who failed to comply with court orders into a freedom warrior is nothing more than a sleazy public relations gimmick. It's like getting your dubious business certified by a company your cousin launched last weekend. A global endorsement that helps repair your reputation. Tommy's totally legal activities, approved by politicians you've never heard of until now trademark. The method's effectiveness with a certain audience is what really stands out. Tommy has transformed from a lawbreaker into an advocate for Western culture. He is resisting authoritarianism through his constant disobedience of court, which is not an affront to judicial procedure. It's incredible how much can be achieved with just a little political branding. Your Honour, I didn't rob that bank. I was making a political statement about wealth inequality. It's a clever argument that regular robbers should have considered. So there you have it, folks, the strange universe where a criminal becomes a champion for liberty. It's a wake-up call for freedom-loving people everywhere, is Tarczynski's rallying cry, which is nearly identical to those dramatic movie trailers where someone whispers, "The world will never be the same." Nothing says serious political movement like furious internet mobs posting films proving Tommy is not alone. So now it seems like worldwide solidarity is the main goal. Just pretend you're a political prisoner the next time the police write you a speeding ticket. Help is at the fingertips of your local foreign politician. The new get out of jail free card is an international incident, not a lawyer.